Happy lunch hour, guys. So, pouring rain here all day today, so haven't got a chance to do a whole lot outside, which sucks because that was the plan for the day. But so I was kind of cruising around a little bit this morning, looking at seeing what's going on in the world. And, you know, a lot of talk on the mainstream media, if you will. Political violence, this, and MSNBC saying Trump is trying to incite riots and stuff like that. And I kind of find it funny because if we kind of go back to the riots in recent history, they all seem to be leftists rioting against the man, however you want to put it, against civilized humanity. The heathens that are liberals are, upset that you work for a living and actually afford a house or can buy a car. You can't have that. The videos again coming out of Seattle being replayed again. At one time this neighborhood was all black. If it wasn't for your white ass here, that crap all over the place again. So it's projectionism that you have the left claiming that the right is trying to start political violence, yet they sure seem to be the one clamoring for it. And you wonder, you look at what's going on, the whole last 2 years, 2+ years. Defund the police, defund the police. That was not a conservative deal. We didn't hear a single Republican or libertarian or constitutionalist or intelligent person saying, hey, defund the police is a good idea. Because what do you get with defund the police? You get WROL, without rule of law. And that seems to be what we've got going on in liberal-run cities right now. I talked the other day about, overall crime is up 30% in New York. I mean, you look at some of the stupid things that are going on. The guy who tried to, or the guy who did actually steal a plane and threaten to crash it into a Walmart down in Mississippi yesterday. You got the kidnapping of the woman in Memphis. Don't even have to talk about 46 shootings in Chicago so far this weekend. That's just a normal weekend in Chicago. Okay. Hell, we could talk about Philadelphia or, Milwaukee, a murder suspect, having a shootout with cops in the middle of the street, hey, what the hell? But when you start thinking about it coming closer to home, this is what we need to watch out for. Now, I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but Mr. and Mrs. Mountaintop Preps and Mrs. P and I were talking last night about just what's going on around here. Maybe you see the same thing. Road rage seems to be a lot more prolific. People are driving much more aggressively. Hell, I had a situation last week where I'm coming back roads to my house, okay? And typical of this area, for some reason, people here think the yellow line in the middle of the road is a suggestion. Guy's driving down the middle of the road, straddling the yellow line. I'm coming at him. I'm in my truck, okay? It's an F-150, so it's not a small truck. He's still coming down at me, yellow at 45 miles an hour is the speed limit. I lay on the horn. He doesn't freaking move. And I'm just like, okay. I got all, right tires off the side of the road and everything. We're talking country roads here, so careful for a ditch. Right on by. It's like, I'm in his way. I'm following, I'm on my side of the road. He decides, hey, I own the whole road. I want to talk about violence being possible. I was pissed, don't get me wrong, but, kept a cool head. Who's to say somebody else doesn't go, screw you, bang? Very possible, okay? You see enough of that. you look at all the things going on. I mean, I can't remember where it was. There was a kid who tried to hold up a convenience store with a machete. This was in the news yesterday. He got arrested and immediately released. Machete, you know, 16-inch blade on it, whatever it would be. Yeah. You take off a hand easy, do some serious damage with a machete. Released. What is all this telling people? Defund the police. The law doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. I mean, this is the message that the liberals are actually putting out. They're trying to project it onto the conservatives, saying, Trump is calling for political violence. No, but they are blatantly calling for any kind of violence. Oh, you want that car? Just go take it. Lady's got a purse, punch her in the face. What the hell? No problem. Just take it. I mean, that's life in New York right now. New York is an exciting city, like Mrs. P said yesterday. And, my comment was, yeah, just think, if you want to go see a play or something like that, all you have to do is, dodge a hail of gunfire, avoid stepping on some needles somewhere where you might get, drugs put up in your foot. And hey, maybe on the way there, you could strike up a conversation with a prostitute in the way, This is without rule of law, guys. What we're seeing now is just the start of it, where people just go, I don't care. There's no penalty for me doing whatever the hell I damn well please. Typical liberal. Me, 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 me. I want that. I'm just going to take it. Nobody's going to tell me otherwise. This is what the country's turning into with this mentality, And the liberal media is just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, telling everybody, hey, don't worry. We've got our George Soros prosecutors here. They won't prosecute you. I mean, look at all the shoplifting that's gone on over the last year or so. I mean, was it Walgreens and Rite Aid were starting to shut down stores because literally people would come in, fill up their purse, fill up their pockets, walk right out the front door, and the clerks wouldn't even call the cops. I mean, I remember seeing a video a month or so ago where some guy, civilians said, I've had enough of this, and stopped one of the shoplifters and took him down and held him until the police showed up, and the police arrested him and charged him with assault. I mean, what is going on? This is what you need to be very, very careful of anytime you walk out your front door. Somebody wants your car, they're going to take it. Somebody wants your tennis shoes, they could shoot you for them. This isn't unheard of. This is gang mentality that we are starting to deal with. And the Biden administration, the Soros-backed, whatever you want to call it, liberal movement is enabling criminals and disabling law. One of the biggest fears that we all have as preppers is being in a WROL scenario. And it's coming, if it's not already here. Because, again, the criminals are just going to get more and more and more and more brazen. Hey, I got away with this. Let's go do it again. Let's go do it again. Okay, I can knock off a convenience store with a machete and they don't do anything to me. Great, I'll go hit a bank next. Who cares? What are they going to do? Here's your desk appearance ticket. Show up to court. Oh, okay. No problem. See you then. Guys, be careful. I hear stories from my daughter about working in the ER, and some of the stuff that she tells me about things that go on, and I'm not even going to bring them up here for a multitude of reasons, but people are going insane. The pressures of this world are pushing people over the edge. And I mean, when you're at your last straw, you know, hey, what do I have to lose? That's the mentality of a lot of people in Joe's economy, okay, in Joe's vision of the United States, in the globalist vision of the world, in the socialist vision of the world. This is it. We all turn back into cavemen of tribes and, let's just kill each other. That's what the liberals are asking for. They are, if you haven't realized it yet, they're the ones that want a civil war. Read comments under some of these articles, and you will see what the average. Go on CNN, go on MSNBC, read some of these articles on topics like this, and read the comments underneath, and you'll get an idea real quick about what the mindset is of these people. They have no intention of leaving you be. Kathy Hochul, if you're not a liberal, you don't belong in New York. Joe Biden, if you don't support what I'm doing, you're not an American. I mean, this is called a war, calling for a civil war. They're projecting it on the conservatives, but that's the liberal battle plan right now. Be careful, because there's going to be the shot heard around the world. And I personally don't think it's going to take 10 years like 40% of the people think. Protect yourself, guys. Eyes open, head on a swivel everywhere you go, and just be careful. Pinball out.